that I run every day in January, February, and I'm running with some girlfriends. And two of my girlfriends were beating themselves up. It's like, I've been wanting to do squats all year long. I wanted to do squats all of January, and every single day has disappeared, and I didn't do it, right? Ever hear something like that? Like you want to do something and you just, you don't do it. February, same thing. I wanted to do squats all month, and I just didn't do it. The days escaped, and their goal was to do 50 squats a day. Well, that's kind of a lofty goal to do it every single day when you think about it that way. And so as we're running, I'm thinking, okay, well, why don't we do it, as we're running, why don't we do it over something that we do all the time, where we're not gonna forget, we're a captive audience, I know, over the toilet. So every time you sit on the toilet, right, when you finish your business, then you do 5 squats. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And that's 5 squats done that day. You wake up, right, and you feel like, I did it. And then, in theory, if you're drinking 64 ounces of fluids that you're supposed to do every single day, if you're sedentary, now if you're active, then 64 to 100, right? So if you're not doing any activities, 8 glasses of water, right? If you're doing activities, more. So if you're gonna be drinking at least 8 glasses of water, you're gonna go potty at least eight times, right? And if you drink 10 glasses of water, right, because now you're active, so 10 glasses of water, now you have how many squats? 50, there's the 50, just like that, right? So instead of like beating yourself up, oh my gosh, I should have been doing this ever since the year started. So sometimes we are hardest on ourselves when we really should be easier on ourselves, more gentle and loving, because we are a vessel of God, right? And our vessel is something that we have to treat with love and kindness and just nurture it gradually, right? And that's what and it doesn't matter whether it's 50 squats a day, or training for an Olympics, or going to school, or going to work, or doing homework or housework. It doesn't matter. So it's the same principle. You start off gradually, right? So what do you start off with in the morning when you're squatting? How many? 5. Is that doable? Right? So 5 doable squats after you do your business. Look at your hand, 5. And then the same thing when you're doing something else, whether you're doing the activities that Kayla's going to show you later, or any other activities that you talk about tonight. It's a gradual thing. You don't go in like trying to qualify for an Olympics on your first try. An Olympics, training for an Olympics is these baby steps every single day, and they're so humble. They're humble little blocks, like Lego building blocks. And as you build more and more and more out over the months and over the years, it becomes something pretty big. So imagine now, end of the year, you start in May 1st, you do 50 squats a day. Now how many months do we have left in the year?
What are we on now?
May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December. How many months?
8. Ma'am.
We have 8 months left. So 50 times 8, mathematicians?
Never. 400. Yeah, that's 400.
That's 400. Doesn't that sound like a lot? Yeah, but can you imagine those baby steps, 400? And training for an Olympics, training for school, training for any of these things, it's just the baby steps. They're humble steps that you do every single day. Okay? And sometimes there's setbacks, right? Sometimes you get sick, right? Or you hurt yourself, or you go on a vacation, and then you got to start all over again. So are you going to beat yourself up and try and do 50 all at once? No. You start over again with what? You start at 5. And then, are we happy with our 5? Mm-hmm. Yeah, we're happy with our 5. And it's the same principle. So just gradual, and you do it.
So maybe tell us about how you gradually, like when did you start training, and what motivated you, and like how did you get to?
So now taking that same principle, and I'm moving up into training for an Olympics. I never thought I'd be going to an Olympics. I never thought I'd be an Olympian. That was never on
But
my,
that didn't cross your mind at all?
not at all. Not at all. And so, but what ended up happening is I ran every day. And every day I increased my skills. And every day I tested myself, you know, small tests along the way. And before I knew it, those tests, just like the big Lego building block, it amounted to an Olympics for me. So it really is not any different. Like people used to ask me when I first started running, I'll never forget my first mile that I ever did was in a jogging class in college. So at San Francisco State, I took a jogging class and our teacher had us do an all-out mile, and I'm running, I'm dry heaving, so it's like vomiting without actually vomiting, and I'm just going, and I cross the line, I'm like, you know, like I'm sliding into home plate, and it's like a 7:35 mile, which not a bad time, but not an Olympic time, right? To run an Olympic time, you gotta run in the 4:30s.
Alrighty then.
Right, right. So imagine me day one.
Miles are like 15 minutes.
My arms are tired.
But no, and some days, like on Sunday, like, so was it Sunday? No, Saturday, I went for a little jog, and it was after a workout, and I was, like, my legs were hurting, and so I was running about 16-minute mile pace. Like, this was Saturday, but a week before that, I did the Boston Marathon. Right? So yeah, so it's like, but am I gonna beat myself up that I'm doing 16 or 20-minute pace? No, I'm loving my body for what it can do that day, right? And that's another general principle. So going back to this all-out class, imagine if my teacher said, we want you to train for the Olympics today. I just finished my 7:30, right? What would I say?
I'll pass.
Exactly, I'll pass. There's like, no, that's not me. That's not why I'm doing this. This is not, it just so happened that over time, my body got there. So over time, and so we're talking, so I was 18 in that class, and when did I qualify? I was 25. That was my first time. And then my next time was when I was 35. So yeah, so, does that answer that question? I think?
Yeah.
Okay. And then, yeah, and then just, you know, and then like one of the things that I'm the most proudest of is I went through breast cancer, right? And so I had a double mastectomy, which means both my boobs came off, right? These are not real. In fact, as I touch them, I don't feel them. They're behind, these are silicone behind my pec muscle, right? I went through chemo, so all my hair was gone. So do you think I was running like an Olympian then? No. Was I beating myself up because I couldn't? No, because the most important thing is what? I'm alive, right? I'm alive and I can do whatever my body does that day. And so, but running got me through. It got me through, because like anything else, you know, my faith got me through, like spiritually, but physically, as Berenice was talking about, you want to take care of your bodies, because if you take care of your bodies, it's going to take you through these trials in a much easier way. Right? So while I was going through chemo, I didn't experience the intense pain that a lot of people did go through when they were, because I was active, and even with chemo, I was walking and running every day. Initially, I was walking, right? So anyways, this is my shirt that my girlfriends made for me, and I'm a 5-year survivor, so I always tell people pray for me because I want to be around longer. But accountability, friendship, right? So as you do these activities, check in with each other and say, hey, did you do your squats? Or hey, did you do whatever you're doing today? So part of it is just the gradual nurturing, the humble steps every day, but also the accountability, having friends that you can check in with. And to help you remember, actually, Christopher, you can pass these around.
Yes, ma'am.
Christopher, that's your name.
This is, Anyways, so here's for whatever you're doing today,
Here you go.
for whatever you're doing, whether you're doing like the activities that Kayla's going to show you later, or any other activities, these are your 5 squats. So if you do anything that day, just check off one of those little bodies. Right?
You're better bodies than me.
Just check out one of those big bodies. And then I put my cell number on top. If you guys have WhatsApp, or if you guys want to text me and you tell me how you're doing, keep me in the loop. Or, you know, maybe someone could make a combined WhatsApp so that way we could just check in on each other. So for the month of May, see what happens for the month of May. Does that sound like a plan? Okay. And then on the back, you'll see a little picture staple. So the little picture is a picture of me 5 years ago. And the second picture is of me yesterday. So age 45 and age 50.
Oh, nice.
So just to help you kind of remember that I'm rooting for you. And thank you for having me here today.